Hello, women's hockey fans. Welcome to another episode of the Founding Four podcast. Erica Ayala here, your host, as always, ready to recap the 2020 NWHL All-Star Weekend. We're going to do that in just a little bit. We've been on break, as you know. The All-Star Weekend happened, and then I was dealing with a little bit of a cold. Thought better than to record with a stuffy nose, all that gross stuff. So anyway, we're here back with another episode. As always, thank you to the Patreon posse, those who are subscribed to Sports Talk with ELA Podcast Network. Of course, the Founding Four podcast, the flagship show of that network. It's growing, it's coming, don't worry about it. So you can follow at Founding Four Pod on Twitter for all your podcast needs. Make sure that you are subscribed, favorite listening place, whether that's Google Play, Apple Podcasts, all the stuff. You can always follow me at elindsay08. Okay, so this was the second ever time that the NWHL hosted the All-Star Weekend in Market. The first ever All-Star Weekend was Buffalo, New York, hosted by the Buffalo Beauts at Harbor Center. Then we were 3 years in a row at a neutral site, 2017 in Cranberry Township, but it was billed as Pittsburgh in Pennsylvania. 2018, the year before the Whitecaps joined the NWHL, you had Tria Rink, practice facility of the Minnesota Wild, hosted. And then in 2019, it was Nashville. So the Predators, the Nashville Preds, hosted All-Star Weekend. And then, as I mentioned, 2020 up in Boston at Warrior Ice Arena, the home ice of the Boston Pride. For this weekend, you had Team Jillian Dempsey, the home team, since she plays with the Pride, also the captain of the Pride, and Team Madison Packer, Team Dempsey versus Team Packer for the NWHL All-Star Weekend. And as usual, we had the fastest skater competition and the fastest goalie competition, hardest shot, the accuracy challenge, the breakaway challenge, which is a full team event. And this year in 2020, for the first time ever, added a relay race component. So let's break down your winners of each competition. The fastest skater, there was a little bit of controversy with fastest skater. Originally, Grace Klienbach of Team Packer and, of course, of the Connecticut Whale, she was named as the winner of the All-Star, or of the fastest skater in the All-Star competition. And then that changed up a bit. That ended up being Allie Thunstrom after they went to review the video review. And Allie Thunstrom wins with a time of 14.10 for the All-Star competition. And fastest goalie was Mariah Fujimagari. She came in at a time of 18.85 seconds to win that for Team Dempsey. So you have Allie Thunstrom, Team Dempsey, Mariah Fujimagari, Team Dempsey. Hardest shot competition this year, Kaylee Fratkin of the Boston Pride and of Team Packer, 76 miles per hour. That's what she clocked in at for hardest shot competition. Still hasn't beaten Megan Bozak. Hardest shot ever recorded at an NWHL All-Star Weekend belonged to Megan Bozak in 2016, 88 miles per hour. Then we had the accuracy shooting challenge, 4 targets. It took Jillian Dempsey 5 shots to hit 4 targets. She did it in a record time, 9.6 seconds for Team Dempsey captain Jillian Dempsey. And in the breakaway challenge, Team Packer took the breakaway challenge. And we had a nail-biting finish for the relay race. The notorious MJP, as I like to say, holding up the rear for Team Dempsey, able to beat out Hannah Beatty from Team Packer to win the relay race, first ever relay race competition. But overall, Team Packer won the skills competition portion of the weekend. Now, before we get into what happened on Sunday afternoon, some fans know that for the first time ever, the NWHL did a skate with the All-Stars. That happened Sunday morning prior to the Sunday afternoon All-Star game at Warrior Ice Arena. I hit the ice. I spoke to a few of the players whilst skating, so you have to hear how they thought I did. Yes, I can skate. I know. Just because I didn't play hockey, that doesn't mean I can't skate. All right, here we go. Sounds from the ice at the open skate. Here on the ice with Brooke Stacy. It's not very often I get to skate with the All-Stars. This is pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's exciting. Good time.
For sure. So, of course, we're here at the All-Star. You were able to compete yesterday, but the news came out that you're expecting. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So, I mean, coming into the All-Star weekend, you knew that your participation was going to be a little bit limited, but how's it been so far?
It's been good. The accuracy shooting didn't go as planned. I haven't been on the ice in a month, so I kind of knew it would be tough. But it was good to be with everyone again and just kind of get the last feel of being on the ice until, I guess, after. We'll see how I'm feeling.
Yeah, right? Make that comeback.
Yeah.
I mean, it's commonplace these days.
Yeah, it's possible. We'll see.
Yeah, and so, but, your good friend and teammate from college, Kaylee Hutchison, is going to be pinch hitting for you, so to speak. What's been exciting about being able to share this experience with her and then all of the rest of your Buttes teammates?
Yeah, it's just a cool experience that she gets to take my spot. I wouldn't have picked anyone except her. I think she'll do great out there. She always tries so hard. Hopefully she snipes a Gino and helps our team win. It's fun being around my Buttes teammates again. I haven't seen them since the weekend before Minnesota, so it's been a while. And then I'll be back up there for their last home games, so it's good to see them and hang out with them.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So you're repping Team Packer for sure. That's who you're going for the win?
Yes, of course.
Well, thanks for your time.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
All right, so I'm here at Warrior Ice Arena on the ice, skating with Audra Richards. How am I doing?
She's doing fantastic.
Oh,
Best skater out here.
Best skater out here, except for that 6-year-old, right?
Yeah, she's good.
Thank you. So, all right, we had skills comp yesterday. What was your favorite part of the skills comp?
I think just the atmosphere was everybody was so happy. Everybody was cheering. Even if you were on the other team, everybody was cheering for everyone. It was just a great time. It was fun. Yeah.
It was fun. Good times.
It was fun. Yep.
There it goes. This is the second year, as I understand, that you've come in through the fan vote. Anything you want to say to your adoring fans around the world?
Well, it helps to be a teacher and a coach, so that helps with the fan vote. But I do want to say thank you. I've had the time of my life the last 2 years, and excited for the game this afternoon and making memories as always.
Audra Richards, thank you for your time.
Dude, I'm getting good at this.
You're getting awesome at it. No, we can keep skating. Oh, God, as I fall. It's fine. We're good. All right, we're here with Grace Klienbach and Elena Orlando of the Connecticut Whale. On the ice, I'm actually skating. How am I doing so far?
Amazing, actually. I've never seen you skate, but it's beyond impressive.
Thank you. Grace, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, really, you're doing really well. I just think you need new skates.
Yeah, that's legit. Oh, Doyley's joining us.
Blocking out the haters with the shades.
For sure. Everyone thinks I'm hungover, but I'm just super sick.
And also, but
you guys know, you've known me long enough. I always wear sunglasses at the rink. I'm I just got in from work.
And that's a natural light. It's outside.
It totally works. It totally works here. All right, so what are we thinking? We've got fastest skater winner here. I'm going to go to the teammates first, though. What'd you think about the performance? Doyley, we'll start with you.
Grace was on fire. Absolute fire. Well, we always knew that she was a cheetah. So, just good for her to be able to show it in front of a big crowd, in front of the entire league. So, such an underrated player. It's good to get the spotlight for her.
Oh, look at that. That's cute. Look at that. Your teammates pumping you up.
I know. Always pumping my tires.
I love it. All right, what are we looking forward to today? We've got representation from Team Dempsey and Team Packer. Grace, what are you expecting?
I don't know. We got 3 of the whale on Team Packer, only 2 on Team Dempsey. So I feel like to represent the pod, we gotta go with our team, Team Packer.
Doyle doesn't like it.
I mean, come on. It's just like quality, quantity. I don't know.
Ouch. All of those nice things they just said about you, out the window. Thanks, guys. All right, folks, so there you go. I have proof now on the podcast for posterity, if you will, that I can actually skate. No, I will not be trying out for any of the hockey teams, so don't worry about that. But a public skate every once in a while. All right, so we get to Sunday, Team Dempsey versus Team Packer. This one went Team Dempsey's way, 5-2. Overall, for Team Dempsey, it was Team Packer, though, that got on the board first. Madison Packer's Riveters teammate, Kate Leary, in her first All-Star appearance, got the party started in the first half. Again, it's 2 halves in the All-Star game. But then Jonna Curtis and Shamel get on the board for Team Dempsey. Kira Dostal-Arena got the 3rd goal, so she scored against her Riveters teammate. Kira Dostal-Arena there gets the 3rd goal for Team Dempsey in the first frame. Open up, and Team Packer on the attack. Amanda Boulier gets the scoring started. Now, it's worth noting, we're actually going to play another clip for you. I was on the Team Packer bench, and I got some sounds from the second half. Boulier plays defense for the Minnesota Whitecaps, but Boo, by her own admission, didn't play much defense in the All-Star game. Does anyone play defense? I don't know. I know who does. Kaylee Fratkin does. We'll get to that in a little bit. But there was a surprise guest for Team Packer on defense. So let's listen to that clip. Live sounds, Anya Packer at the All-Star game. Just act natural.
I was just ripping on somebody to send it.
I know, that's why I was like, we're getting this.
Oh yeah, we're just heavy chirping right now.
I like how you're like,
because I don't know if what I say is actually like.
It's fine. I can give it an explicit rating.
You can let everyone know that I'm a clown and what I'm saying has no bearing on actual knowledge.
You were saying you should have been mic'd up yesterday.
Oh, I was on one yesterday. I was taking numbers yesterday. Oh,
it was fun to witness. So now our listeners are gonna get it.
Oh, Orlando! She had no idea that was coming.
Oh, Orlando!
Oh man, poor thing. Oh, again, she's got her D partner Packers just sewering her.
Yeah, about that.
I was trying to give her some pointers. Don't let it go in the net, but I bet she's gonna be -1 in a couple minutes.
Packer on D. I heard that was the game plan coming into this half.
How is that the right game plan? I don't know. She was like, I'm going to play D. I was like, oh! No goal.
Gotta get nothing back!
That's because I gave her a per diem today. Katie Gay's giving us a little gas. Madison, she saved you from a -1.
That was...
It's a high stick. Yeah, okay, whatever.
Questionable. Oh, man.
Depends how tall you are. Everything's a high stick to me.
All right. Score we have is 3-1 for the other team because we're on the Packer bench.
Yeah, the bad guys.
The bad guys.
We're here cheering for like the darkness.
The darkness.
And the white light, the white hats. They got Kerry Washington over there.
There seems to be some discussion happening, or is this a timeout? Did we get a timeout?
We got a media timeout here.
Media timeout. Media.
Come here. Stand up. We gotta tell him something. All right, ready? Say. 4 goals. Yeah, say it. 4 goals. 4. We need 4 goals. That's the game plan.
Solid coaching right there.
That's it. That was amazing.
Solid coaching. All right, Lando, how are we feeling? We're here live. Tired?
No, I'm feeling good. It's fun. Having a good time. Got a great D partner out there, Packer.
Yeah, I saw that.
You know, she's just
getting the OGs back together.
Yeah, definitely. I think she's a natural. Got some good back checks here.
You coming on D for the remainder of the season, Packer?
No way. I haven't skated backwards since I was 7. Or played defense in that long.
All right, you heard it here, Rivs fans. Maybe not so much. All right, there you have it, folks. Madison Packer herself playing defense. Anya Packer, also on the Packer bench there. She was the crowd MC for the All-Star weekend. She had some thoughts about her wife playing defense. But then we get the next score came from Team Dempsey, and I was actually interviewing a teammate of the next goal scorer when the goal was scored. So why don't we hear from Mary Parker about this next goal that put Team Dempsey up 4-2. Hey, Mary Parker, do you mind if I interview you on the bench live? How you enjoying your first All-Star weekend?
Oh, it's been an unbelievable experience. It's been really great.
Oh, no! Maybe not that experience, though.
Yeah.
Oh, was that Dempsey? Dempsey scored. How do you feel about that one?
Yeah, Dempsey's a great player, so it's awesome having her on our team during the year, and we know she's going to be putting the goals in all night.
Oh, 100%, 100%. Thanks, Mary.
Yeah.
So there you go, Mary Parker enjoying her first All-Star weekend. Maybe not so much enjoying Dempsey scoring, but as she said, Jillian Dempsey, great captain for her All-Star team as well as for the Boston Pride. So you can't be too mad at that. As I mentioned, save of the game, 100% went to Kaylee Fratkin. Team Packer, they pull their goalie. Amanda Levier went the distance. She played both halves. Sam Walther, for anyone who watched on Twitch, Sam Walther, she got injured before the All-Star weekend. I had surmised that she'd probably not be ready to go yet for this All-Star weekend, but they didn't bring in another goalie. Sam Walther had her All-Star experience. She even got to play around in the breakaway competition thanks to one Taylor Accursey and mimicked Taylor's goal celebration. That was a lot of fun. But Sam Walther did not skate in the game. Amanda Levier holding it down for Team Packer. But they pull Levier, empty net, and I tell you what, Kaylee Fratkin on defense, like I said, who doesn't play defense in an All-Star game, or who does play defense in an All-Star game? Kaylee Fratkin, that's who. Amazing save. Put the body on the line. Unfortunately, though, Lexi Lang of Team Dempsey was able to get an empty netter, and we get a final score in favor of Team Dempsey on her home ice, 5-2, beating Packer. Unfortunately, Packer is over in all of her All-Star weekend experiences, but I interviewed her again on the Twitch broadcast right after the All-Star game, and she was having a good time. Of course, you always want to win, but I think Packer had a good time, so we appreciate her putting together a pretty good team. It was entertaining. She even gave us some defense, but as she said, don't expect her to do that for the Riveters. But I tell you what, she's pretty good on the kill. She's pretty good on the penalty kill. And so why don't we actually get ready to go into our lineups for the weekend. Hey Founding Four fans, Eric Ayala here, reporting live from my mother's living room. And my mom got one of these, I don't know what they're called, digital assistants? I don't know. My mom's so cool. I'm not cool at all. She got one of these digital assistants, but the cool thing is I get to play with all her tech stuff. And check this out. If you have an Alexa, you can now say, Alexa, play Founding Four podcast on Apple Podcasts.
Getting Founding Four podcast from Apple Podcasts. Continuing the latest episode, Thunder Struck.
Your contributions and your belief in this product. That's us. That's me. It's the Founding Four pod. So, Alexa, pause. So, if you own an Alexa or, one of those Google things or whatever, you can now instruct your digital assistant to play the Founding Four podcast. All you have to say is, insert name, play Founding Four podcast. You can play it on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, all of the things. Thank you, as always, for all of your support of the Founding For podcast and my coverage, particularly for this podcast, of women's hockey. I hope you enjoy wherever you're listening. Now let's get back to the show. All right, so the matchups for this weekend. Coming out of the All-Star break, the Connecticut Whale are shipping up to Boston once again, back-to-back for some of the All-Stars. They're taking on the Boston Pride at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at Warrior Ice Arena. Sam Fryman and I on the call there, of course, over on Twitch. Then at 7:30 p.m., so just an hour after we drop the puck in Boston, the Buffalo Beauts on the road taking on the Metropolitan Riveters. So that's what I was saying, penalty kill. We know that the Riveters sometimes have a little bit of trouble staying out of the box. We know that the Riveters against the Beauts, both teams have trouble staying out of the box. So we'll see if Madison Packer has to put her defense skills to the test. Buffalo Beauts at Metropolitan Riveters, also on Twitch. That's a 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time start. On Sunday, those two teams go head-to-head once more, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is on Sunday, February 16th. Oh, speaking of February 16th, that means Friday is Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone. Happy Black History Month to everyone. Hope you're having a great month. And so that will be the action. We have 3 games this weekend. And then next weekend, very excited, the Connecticut Whale host their final home game of the season. Definitely a top-heavy schedule for them. But it will not be at Danbury Ice Arena. It's going to be at Bridgeport. It's going to be in Bridgeport. It's a double-header. It's part of a double-header with the Sound Tigers, the Bridgeport Sound Tigers. Very exciting stuff here. That's at Webster Bank Arena, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard start. That's the Connecticut Whale hosting the Boston Pride, February 22nd at Webster Bank Arena. Wanted to make sure to plug that one because it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, folks, we're just about done with our wrap-up. These are our standings going into this weekend. The Boston Pride, as we talked about on the last episode of the Founding For podcast, undefeated no more. They dropped a game to the Minnesota Whitecaps on the road. Then they were able to actually split that series with the Whitecaps. So they got the win that Sunday. On Saturday in New Jersey, the Riveters took on the Connecticut Whale. That one went to a shootout. My goodness, did you think I was a little excited in the last overview we had on the podcast? Of course I was. That was exciting. Went into a shootout. The Connecticut Whale get their second win of the season, but they could not hold off the Riveters on Sunday. So our standings are as follows. The Boston Pride, 20-1, 40 points in first place. They actually announced today that their tickets for the semifinal game. That's going to be on March 8th, 2:30 p.m. at Warrior Ice Arena. They're going on sale this week. Get tickets. So Boston Pride already locked in and will definitely host in the semifinal. The Minnesota Whitecaps are in second place at the moment, 28 points with a 13-5-2 record. The Riveters in third place with an 8-9-2 record. The Buffalo Beauts 6-11-1, and the Connecticut Whale 2-16-2 with 2 points. So that is your rundown as we go into this weekend. As always, folks, thank you for listening to another episode of the Founding For podcast. Want to point out a few things for all those a part of the Patreon posse. You know that we put up an interview with Kira Dostal-Arena. She is one of the OGs, one of the 5-timers, as I like to say, has played all 5 seasons that the NWHL has been in existence, and she has done it all with the same team. I kicked off a new series that I'm going to do talking to all the 5-timers. Kira Dostal-Arena is that first interview. Now, everyone listening to this, if you're not a part of the Patreon posse, you'll still get that interview. But Patreon posse members, you guys get that first. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I always want to try and make as much as I can accessible to as many people as I can with the Founding Four. But the Patreon is one way that we keep this podcast going. So thank you to those who are a member of the Patreon posse. If that's not something that you can do at this moment, I do ask that you like, subscribe, share, rate, and review the Founding Four podcast. And like I gave you in my little commercial break, you can actually do that if you have an Alexa or a Google Play or whatever the kids call it these days. Just make sure that you ask your device to play the Founding Four podcast. And then you can listen hands-free. Listen while you're driving in the car or on the subway. Again, be safe, but hopefully enjoy some laughs. Until next time, folks, Erica Ayala for the Founding Four podcast, signing out. Alexa, play Founding Four podcast.
Sorry, I'm not sure.
Alexa, play Founding Four podcast.
I don't know that.